Hello everyone. This video would focus on sine law or the law of sines, and this is the second part. In this part, we're going to solve for the missing angle. Before we go over these two examples that we have right here, let's have the definition of sine law or the law of sines. Please remember that sine law or the law of sines is the relationship between the sides and angles of a non-right triangles, which we call as oblique triangles. This law states that the ratio of the length of a side of a triangle to the sine of the angle opposite or across from that side is the same for all sides and angles in a given triangle. To better understand this, let's look at the picture right here. Looking at this picture here, our angles are labeled A, B, and C in big letters. And the sides are labeled A, B, and C in small letters. Please remember that these letters are variables, which means that in some triangles, it doesn't have to be A, B, and C. It can be any letter in the alphabet. But what we remember is the main concept of the sine law or the law of sines, which can be written this way. So if we have here our side A, so I'm going to write side A. So the numerator is the side, small letter A. The denominator of this side A is the sine of the angle across from it. So I'm going to go ahead and write that as sine of angle A. Again, these are variables. It doesn't have to be A and A. It can be any letter in the alphabet. This is actually equal to, we can have the B here. So side B over the sine of the angle across from it, which is sine of angle B. That is also equal to C, that's side C right there, over the sine of the angle across from it, which is angle C. This is what we call as the law of sine or the sine law. We can also rewrite this equation that we have right here this way. Again, this equation that we have right here is called the law of sine or the sine law. Okay, so let's go over these two examples right here. Let's start with the first one. We're supposed to solve for angle P. Looking at this triangle that we have right here, we can say that this 25 and 85 degrees are partners, and this 19 and angle P are also partners. So based on the sine law or the law of sines, we can go ahead and set up their ratio. So that would be 25 over, so that's the side right there, that's over the sine of the angle across from it. So that would be sine of 85 is equal to the other partner here is 19 over the sine of the missing angle, which is P. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that as sine P. So that from here, we are again supposed to solve for angle P. We can go ahead and cross multiply these two together and these two together as well, so that we can go ahead and rewrite the equation as 25. So these are partners. So that would be 25 times sine of P. And then that is equal to, that's 19 times, that's going to be sine of 85. So that's going to be sine of 85. So that we can go ahead and solve for P by dividing both sides by 25. So I will divide this by 25, then I will divide this by 25, so I can cross this out. We are left with sine P is equal to this value that we have here. So using the calculator, again, be sure that your calculator is set to degrees. So if you're using the blue calculator, make sure that it is in degrees. So you hit this button right here. It should be degree that is highlighted. Or if you're using the TI-84, Be sure that your calculator is set up to degree. You hit the mode, the degree should be highlighted. So then if we do the math here, 19 times sine of 85 over 25, this is actually this value. Okay, now since we are solving for P, this is sine P. So we are going to get the arc sine of this. So that would be P is equal to sine -1 of this value. So that would be, we can actually use the calculator to determine the value for this. So what are we going to do is we are going to hit the second and then sine. So it's set up ready for us. And then we type this in. And that gives us a value of 49.21 rounded off to 2 decimal places. So the final answer that we have here for angle P is 49.21 degrees. So this is the measure for angle P. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. So based on the sine law, we're going to partner them up. So the 6 will have a partner of x, and then this 10 will partner up with 49, so that we can go ahead and write the ratio as sine of x, so that's the angle, over, that's gonna be 6, and that is equal to the sine of 49. So I'm gonna write sine 49 right here, over 10. Now others are going to say, oh, you switched it around. It doesn't matter. You can have the side on top and then the sine of the angle at the bottom, just like the first example. That should be fine. You can pick any of those ways. The answers would still be the same. So that from here, we can go ahead and cross multiply these two as well as these two right here, so that the equation would come out. Okay, so what are we going to do is we are going to determine the value for this. Again, make sure that your calculator is set to degrees and not in radian. So if we're going to do the math on this, this would come out. Okay, since we want to solve for x, we can go ahead and say that angle x is actually equal to the arc sine of this value right here. Okay, after doing the math, our angle x is 26.93 degrees. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!